Tantra is one of the most misunderstood spiritual systems in the world. Some claim it's about indulgence in sacred sexuality, while others insist it demands complete celibacy and detachment. But the truth is, Tantra is neither and both. It is not a fixed set of rules, but a pathway to mastering your own energy, shaping how you harness, retain, or release sexual energy. On one side, you have the left-hand path, a practice of transformation through raw experience, embodiment, and direct energy work. On the other, the right-hand path, a journey of purity, discipline, and energy refinement. But these aren't just abstract ideas. They shape how you harness, retain, or release sexual energy. If you've ever felt confused about whether you should be transmuting your sexual energy through celibacy, or if you should be using orgasm as a tool for deeper awakening, this video will give you clarity. We're going beyond the surface, breaking down the deeper mechanics of energy transmutation and how men and women approach this process differently. We will first explore the left-hand path, understanding how it uses embodiment, direct experience, and ritual to channel sexual energy into transformation. Then, we will move into the right-hand path, where discipline, internal refinement, and structured energy work become the focus. We're not just talking history and philosophy. We're diving deep into how you can apply these teachings to your own life right now. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand Tantra on a whole new level, but you'll also have a clear path forward in your own energy mastery. Let's get started. Most people think of Tantra as either an indulgence in pleasure or a strict rejection of it, but left-hand Tantra defies both of these extremes. Instead of denying the body or overindulging in it, the left-hand path embraces all aspects of human experience and uses them as a gateway to higher awareness. The left-hand path is rooted in non-duality, meaning it does not see the world in terms of good versus bad or pure versus impure. Instead, it teaches that all experiences, including desire, pleasure, and even taboo elements, can be tools for spiritual evolution. Where other spiritual systems may advocate detachment from the senses, left-hand Tantra teaches integration. You do not escape the body, you awaken within it. Left-hand Tantra sees sexual energy as one of the most potent forces for transformation. Rather than something to be suppressed, sexual energy is harnessed, directed, and refined into higher states of consciousness. The union of Shiva, consciousness, and Shakti, energy, is not just symbolic. It is a literal practice that channels raw life force into awakening. Unlike many spiritual paths that rely on dogma, left-hand Tantra is experience-driven, and practitioners of this path are encouraged to test techniques for themselves rather than rely on external teachings. It is a path of facing one's shadow, engaging fully with desires, and transforming them into power. What if your most intense desires were actually your greatest spiritual teachers? In left-hand Tantra, Shakti, the divine feminine energy, is not passive. She is an active force of creation, transformation, and destruction. Unlike traditional paths that often place women in a submissive or receptive role, left-hand Tantra acknowledges that women are naturally attuned to energy movement in a way that is cyclical, fluid, and deeply embodied. One of the most powerful centers of energy in a woman's body is the womb and sacral region. This is where raw life force energy is generated, stored, and transformed. Think of it as the alchemical cauldron where energy shifts from its most primal state into something refined, powerful, and even transcendent. Women's sexual energy is intimately linked to lunar cycles, mirroring the waxing and waning of the moon. Just as the moon influences the tides, it also influences the body's energetic states, particularly in relation to orgasm and transmutation. Understanding this connection allows for deeper alignment with one's own energy flow. ensuring that orgasmic energy is directed with intention rather than dissipated. But how does this translate into practice? When you climax, most of the time, you let the energy explode outward, a rush of sensation, a moment of pleasure, then nothing. The energy is gone. But what if, instead of letting it dissipate, you could channel it upward into your heart, your mind, or even your spiritual awareness? The next time you feel yourself building toward orgasm, try this. Just before you reach the peak, slow your breathing down. Take a deep inhale, visualizing the energy moving from your lower belly into your heart. As you exhale, imagine it spiraling upward, filling your entire body with warmth and electricity. Repeat this 3 times before letting go completely. For a deeper connection, practice this in harmony with the moon's cycles. During the waxing moon, focus on amplifying creative and sensual energy, allowing orgasmic energy to fuel new projects, desires, and intentions. On the full moon, use orgasm as a tool for expansion and manifestation, sending your energy outward toward your goals. During the waning moon, practice grounding and internal energy consolidation, using breathwork and meditation to refine and integrate your energy. On the new moon, set intentions and store your energy within, allowing it to build and cycle through your system rather than being released aimlessly. If done correctly, you might notice something profound. The pleasure doesn't just vanish, it lingers, expands. Instead of leaving you drained, it leaves you energized, radiant, and deeply connected to yourself. Another powerful practice is movement-based activation. Tantra teaches that stagnant energy leads to blockages, and nothing frees energy faster than dance, breath, and sound. Try this. Before engaging in any sexual energy practice, solo or partnered, spend 5 minutes circling your hips, breathing deeply into your belly, and allowing your body to flow naturally. This simple act of awakening the pelvic region can make the difference between a fleeting moment of pleasure and a profound energetic experience. Sexual energy isn't just about attraction, it's about magnetism. Women who learn to store and refine their sexual energy find that they radiate a different kind of presence. People are drawn to them, not just physically, but energetically. This is what some call orgasmic magnetism. When you integrate these practices into your life, your energy doesn't just leak away after pleasure. It circulates, amplifies, and nourishes every aspect of your being. Left-hand Tantra for women is not about submission or indulgence. It is about owning your power, embracing your body as a temple, and using sexual energy as a direct gateway to transformation. For men, left-hand Tantra is about learning to harness, contain, and transmute sexual energy without being ruled by it. The masculine principle in Tantra, Shiva, is pure consciousness, stillness, and presence, but in order to fully embody Shiva, men must learn to channel sexual energy upwards rather than letting it escape unconsciously. The primary challenge for men in left-hand Tantra is ejaculatory release. In conventional sex, orgasm is often associated with a peak and drop experience, a build-up of pleasure, a sharp release, and then depletion. After ejaculation, most men experience a loss of energy, motivation, and mental clarity, a phenomenon known as the refractory period. But what if orgasm didn't have to mean depletion? One of the most advanced tantric techniques for men is the ability to separate orgasm from ejaculation. The next time you engage in sexual pleasure, whether solo or with a partner, slow everything down. Instead of racing toward climax, focus on the subtle sensations throughout your body. As you approach orgasm, try this technique. Breathe deeply and contract the perineum. Just before climax, take a slow, deep breath in, while squeezing the muscles between the anus and genitals. This is called the mula bandha or root lock. Visualize energy rising upward. Instead of letting the energy rush outward, imagine it traveling up your spine, into your heart, and even to your crown chakra. Hold the energy. Keep your awareness on the sensation, letting the waves of pleasure spread throughout your entire body instead of focusing only on the genitals. Exhale slowly and release. Breathe out gently while maintaining relaxation. If done correctly, you will feel waves of pleasure moving through your entire body without ejaculation. After any sexual experience, whether you practice full release or retention, you must redirect the energy consciously. Left-hand Tantra doesn't prohibit ejaculation, but it does teach that when you release, you should do so with full awareness and intention. Try this. After orgasm, sit in stillness for 5 minutes, close your eyes, and visualize the warmth of the orgasmic energy radiating throughout your body. Imagine it infusing your cells with vitality instead of being lost. Over time, this practice rewires the nervous system, making you less dependent on ejaculation for fulfillment and more attuned to experiencing full-body pleasure and deeper intimacy. Left-hand Tantra for men is about mastering the art of retention, conscious release, and full-body pleasure. It is not about repression, it is about redirection. The more a man learns to circulate his sexual energy rather than depleting it, the more magnetic, focused, and spiritually empowered he becomes. Left-hand Tantra is not just a philosophy, it is an embodied practice, a lived experience. At its core, it teaches that sexual energy is sacred, and when harnessed properly, it becomes a force for profound transformation. But moving beyond theory, how do you actually integrate these principles into real-world practice? The answer lies in rituals and breathwork, two of the most powerful tools for channeling and expanding energy. Let's start with ritual. In the left-hand path, ritual is not an empty performance. It is a doorway into altered states of awareness, a way to direct intention with precision. Imagine creating a space where every action, every breath, every movement is deliberate and sacred. Whether you are alone or with a partner, setting an intention before engaging in any sexual energy practice is critical. What are you cultivating? More presence, deeper connection, or spiritual awakening? The ritual begins the moment you make that decision. Before beginning, your environment should reflect the sacred nature of your practice. Start by cleansing the space. You can do this in several ways. Burn incense, sage, or palo santo while moving around your space with intention. As the smoke moves through, visualize it dissolving stagnant or chaotic energy. Use a Tibetan singing bowl, chimes, or simply your voice to create sound waves that cleanse and recalibrate the space. Sprinkle a mixture of sea salt and water around the room, setting the intention that all energy interfering with your practice is washed away. Once the space is cleared, arrange it with elements that enhance energy flow: candles for fire, a bowl of water for fluidity, fresh flowers for life force, and grounding crystals such as obsidian or hematite. Sit in the center of your space and take a few deep breaths. Close your eyes, place your hands on your body, and call in your intention. State it clearly in your mind or whisper it aloud. By doing this, you align your energy with your goal. One of the most potent rituals in left-hand Tantra is energy invocation. This can be done through chanting, visualization, or movement. As you inhale, imagine drawing energy from the base of your spine upwards, feeling it awaken and circulate. With each exhale, allow it to expand beyond you, touching unseen realms. You are not just breathing, you are summoning and refining your life force. Try this. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Place one hand on your lower belly and one on your heart. Inhale deeply through the nose and visualize a golden energy spiraling from your pelvic floor up your spine. As you exhale through the mouth, let out a soft sound, as if releasing any tension, any blockages. Repeat this for at least 5 minutes, deepening your breath each time. Breath is the bridge between the physical and the energetic, the key to unlocking full-body states of pleasure and heightened awareness. A foundational technique in Tantra is circular breathing, a continuous breath without pause, where the inhale seamlessly transitions into the exhale. This is not just breathing, it is an energy flow. Try this for 5 minutes, breathing deeply, feeling your belly rise and fall, allowing your breath to generate warmth, movement, and expansion within your body. With each inhale, visualize the energy rising from your lower chakras. With each exhale, let it settle into your heart and expand outward. For those who practice orgasmic energy transmutation, breathwork becomes even more crucial. When you feel the buildup of pleasure, instead of letting it explode outward, slow everything down. Take a deep inhale and visualize the energy moving upward from your sacral center into your heart, into your third eye, even to your crown. Hold it there for a moment. Feel it nourish you. Then exhale gently, circulating the energy instead of losing it. Sacred ritual and breathwork are not just techniques, they are ways of restructuring your relationship with your own energy. The more you practice, the more naturally your body learns to retain, transmute, and amplify its power. Over time, this becomes your default state, where sexual energy is no longer something that is wasted, but something that fuels you, heals you, and elevates your consciousness. Left-hand Tantra is about experiencing divinity through the body, not escaping from it. Every breath, every movement, every sensation is an opportunity for awakening. If you approach these practices with reverence and intention, they will reveal themselves as doorways into something far greater than physical pleasure. They will become portals to your own limitless potential. As we come to the end of this exploration into left-hand Tantra, you may be wondering, is this path truly meant for you? The answer isn't black and white. This is a path that demands presence, intentionality, and a willingness to step beyond conventional beliefs about sexuality, energy, and transformation. Left-hand Tantra is not for those looking for an easy, surface-level spiritual practice. It is for those who are willing to engage fully with life, with energy, with desire, not as distractions, but as doorways into higher awareness. It does not ask you to suppress or reject any part of yourself, but instead to transmute it into something greater. The question is, are you willing to work with your energy consciously rather than letting it control you? If you are someone who has struggled with feeling disconnected from your body, or if you've been conditioned to view sexual energy as something to be either mindlessly indulged in or shamefully repressed, this path offers a third option, a way to channel, refine, and integrate your energy into every aspect of your life. Ask yourself these questions. Do I want to experience sexuality as something deeply sacred rather than just physical pleasure? Am I willing to break old conditioning around pleasure, shame, and self-control? Do I want to learn how to transmute my sexual energy into something higher, whether creativity, magnetism, or spiritual expansion? Am I willing to integrate my body, mind, and spirit into one cohesive practice rather than keeping them separate? If your answer is yes, then this path holds infinite possibilities for you. But be prepared. It requires practice, presence, and patience. The greatest misconception about Tantra is that it is simply about sex. But true Tantra is about mastery, mastery of your energy, your mind, and your ability to harness your full potential. It teaches you that your body is not separate from your spirituality, but a direct gateway to it. When practiced consciously, left-hand Tantra awakens something profound, a deeper connection to self, to life, to the universe. It brings you into a state where every experience, whether pleasure, stillness, or intensity, becomes a tool for awakening. It allows you to walk through life with a sense of power, magnetism, and awareness, unlike anything you felt before. Right-hand Tantra is often seen as the pure or ascetic path of Tantra, where sexual energy is refined through discipline, awareness, and spiritual practice rather than through physical engagement. Unlike the left-hand path, which embraces experience as a means of transformation, right-hand Tantra prioritizes internal transmutation over external expression. This path is rooted in structured spiritual discipline and energetic refinement rather than indulgence. It does not see sexual energy as something to be rejected, but rather something to be purified, stored, and directed toward higher consciousness. Instead of working directly with physical pleasure, right-hand Tantra teaches energetic mastery through control over impulses, breathwork, and meditative practices. Where the left-hand path embraces union through experience, the right-hand path seeks union through stillness, internal alchemy, and transcendence. Sexual energy in this path is understood as a sacred force that, when properly cultivated, fuels deep meditation, heightened intuition, and an unwavering sense of presence. Right-hand Tantra is often misinterpreted as suppression, but in truth, it is about mastery and refinement. It is the path of deep focus, discipline, and transformation through internal awareness rather than external engagement. Right-hand Tantra teaches that sexual energy is a source of spiritual fuel rather than something to be spent recklessly. But unlike left-hand Tantra, which channels this energy through physical engagement, right-hand Tantra refines and elevates it through internal alchemy, turning raw desire into heightened awareness, intuition, and deep magnetism. One of the greatest misconceptions about sexual energy retention in women is that it means suppression. But suppression only creates stagnation. Instead, this path is about circulation, refinement, and transformation. To begin this practice, women must first learn to store their energy rather than letting it dissipate unconsciously. This starts with awareness. Throughout the day, take note of moments where your energy leaks, whether through emotional exhaustion, distractions, or interactions that drain your vitality. Once you recognize these leaks, you can begin redirecting this energy. A simple way to transmute sexual energy is through creative projects and meditation. Sexual energy is not just physical, it is life force energy, the same force that fuels artistic expression, deep intuition, and spiritual awakening. When the urge arises, rather than repressing it, try channeling that energy into movement, writing, or breathwork. Celibacy, when done with intention and understanding, enhances inner perception, magnetism, and intuition. For more information, check out my video on orgasm, retention, and transmutation, unlocking the secrets of female Kundalini energy, which I'll link in the description below. Many women who practice extended periods of retention find that their empathic and psychic abilities sharpen, their confidence rises, and they exude a more powerful energetic presence. The key is not avoidance but mastery, learning to direct energy upward rather than allowing it to dissipate. For men, the practice of right-hand Tantra requires discipline and a conscious decision to refine sexual energy rather than expel it. Semen retention is more than just avoiding ejaculation. It is a complete shift in how men relate to their vital energy. When practiced correctly, It enhances mental clarity, willpower, and spiritual strength. For more information on this, watch my video on semen retention. I'll link it in the description below. Many ancient traditions teach that when a man retains his sexual energy, he refines it into ojas, a life essence that enhances longevity, focus, and vitality. But right-hand Tantra does not advocate mindless celibacy. It requires active transmutation through kriyas, mantras, and breathwork. Without this, stored energy can lead to frustration, tension, or even mental fog. One of the most effective ways to move sexual energy is through mula bandha, root lock, and spinal breathwork. As sexual energy builds, men can redirect it upward by contracting the perineum, inhaling deeply, and visualizing the energy rising along the spine. This process prevents stagnation and transforms raw arousal into spiritual power. However, this path is not for everyone. Some men thrive with celibacy, while others find that complete retention leads to blockages or frustration. Right-hand Tantra is not about rigid rules. It is about understanding how to work with one's energy sustainably. Right-hand Tantra teaches that stillness leads to transmutation. Instead of acting on impulse, practitioners cultivate awareness, allowing energy to expand and transform within them before making any decision to express or retain it. When sexual energy is harnessed, it becomes a tool for manifestation. What we hold within us influences the reality we create, whether through silent meditation, breathwork, or conscious redirection of desire into creativity. This practice reveals that sexual energy is not an obstacle, but a key to deep transformation. Most importantly, right-hand Tantra is not about suppression, it is about refinement. It is about learning to master energy, rather than being controlled by it. When properly integrated, it leads to a life of clarity, focus, heightened intuition, and unwavering presence. Right-hand Tantra is not about restriction, it is about energy mastery. Instead of acting on impulse, practitioners refine their sexual energy and direct it toward higher states of awareness, creativity, and spiritual clarity. The key to this transformation lies in practical techniques that cultivate, circulate, and transmute energy rather than allowing it to dissipate. Breath is the most powerful tool for moving energy within the body. When sexual energy builds, it needs a channel of circulation. A simple but powerful technique is the Microcosmic Orbit breath. Sit comfortably with your spine straight. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose, allowing your belly to rise. As you inhale, visualize energy rising from your sacral center, pelvic region, up your spine to the crown of your head. Hold your breath for a moment, feeling the energy saturate your brain. Exhale slowly through the mouth, allowing the energy to descend through the front of your body back into your lower abdomen. Repeat this cycle for 5 to 10 minutes, allowing the energy to circulate in a continuous loop. This technique prevents energetic stagnation while ensuring that retention leads to expansion rather than suppression. For men and women alike, learning to control and direct sexual energy starts with mula bandha, or the root lock. Mula bandha is the practice of contracting the perineal muscles, the muscles used to stop the flow of urine, and holding that contraction for controlled periods of time. By activating the root lock, you prevent downward energy loss and instead send the energy upward along the spine. For best results, combine mula bandha with deep breathing or meditation to anchor and refine your energy. Try this. Each time you inhale, contract the pelvic floor muscles gently and visualize energy rising upward toward your navel or heart. As you exhale, release the contraction and feel the energy settle into the body, becoming more refined and stable. A key principle in right hand Tantra is learning to hold energy rather than letting it escape. Meditation serves as a tool to stabilize, cultivate, and integrate this refined energy. A simple breath-based meditation can be done daily. Sit in a quiet space, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. As you inhale, visualize sexual energy pooling at the base of your spine like warm golden light. As you exhale, visualize this energy rising, moving into your heart or third eye. Maintain this cycle for 10-15 minutes, allowing the energy to circulate without being lost. This practice trains the mind and body to retain and elevate energy naturally, rather than feeling the urge to expel it. Sexual energy is life force energy, and when retained, it fuels creativity, manifestation, and heightened mental clarity. Many great artists, writers, and inventors throughout history have used sexual transmutation to channel energy into their work. To apply this, when you feel strong sexual energy, pause before acting on it, and instead of indulging in release, redirect this energy into an activity, writing, painting, movement, or a creative pursuit. The heightened state of energy will enhance focus, inspiration, and deep flow states. The more this energy is cultivated rather than wasted, the more magnetic and powerful one's presence becomes. You've now explored the depths of both left-hand and right-hand Tantra, uncovering how each path transforms sexual energy into a force for spiritual evolution, personal power, and deep consciousness. But understanding Tantra is just the first step. True transformation comes through practice. Whether you resonate with the embodiment and direct experience of the left-hand path, or the refinement, discipline, and internal transmutation of the right-hand path, your energy is yours to master. The question is, what will you do with it? Take what you've learned and start integrating it into your daily life. Feel your energy, direct it, expand it. Pay attention to how it influences your creativity, relationships, and personal magnetism. The more awareness you bring, the more mastery you cultivate. Join the discussion. Drop a comment below. What part of this exploration resonated most with you? Have you practiced energy transmutation before? Are you drawn to the left-hand or right-hand approach? And if you're serious about mastering your energy, this is just the beginning. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and stay connected as we continue unveiling the ancient wisdom of energy mastery, spiritual awakening, and the hidden power within you. Until next time, stay curious, stay empowered, and keep exploring the deeper dimensions of your own potential.